Ladies and gentlemen, the transfer rumour we're talking about today gets me so excited, I might even soil my undies. Let's get into this. Alright guys, what's going on? My name is Ollie Ward. Welcome back to the Ollie Ward channel. Hope you all had a fantastic Friday and you're ready for the latest Leeds United transfer news and more specifically, rumours. Before we do get into this, be sure to smash that like button. Let's go for 400 likes. Can we do it? Of course we can. Get down there right now and smash a like. Also subscribe if you're new. As you can see by the top corner, we are 3 subscribers away from the big 2,000, not 2,000, 20,200. So subscribe if you are new. And today I want you to comment everything we speak about today, but also your first memory of Leeds United. What made you be a fan? Let me know in the comments down below. Without further ado, let's get into the Leeds United transfer news. And you want to know which rumours making me soil my undies? Well, we're talking about Douglas Luiz. And yes, it is paper talk. And yes, there's no full sort of concrete evidence here, but it's getting more and more spoke about, which if it's anything to do with the 49ers, probably won't become true because they like to do their business behind closed doors. But Leeds United have apparently reportedly opened talks with the entourage of Juventus midfielder Douglas Luiz, who is not part of Igor Tudor's plans, who is the Juve manager. Again, this, it's been going round for the last few weeks, but it's coming back into the media, which is good. And it's a glimmer of hope. It says the Sports Witness. Whites have said to have contacted entourage. Leeds chances as others fail to move forward. Surprising lack of effort given his last Premier League season. So not a lot of clubs are touching Douglas Luiz. Yes, last season he didn't have the best injury record and was out for quite a bit of the season. But what he done at Aston Villa before he left Aston Villa, I don't know why teams aren't looking at them, but I did have a little look on social media, and Manchester United do like the look of the midfielder as well, which, nowadays, I know Man United still have that pool, but I don't know if Leeds put a bid in there. So maybe something can happen, but I think if Leeds United got Douglas Luiz, that would be an absolutely huge signing. Knows the Premier League, would work brilliantly next to Tanaka. I mean, I'm dreaming. I'm in dreamland if that happens. If you haven't watched Douglas Luiz, where have you been the last few years? But he got his move to Juve. It was a bit of an odd one when he left Aston Villa because he was one of their better midfielders. Didn't work out there, and he's not in the Juve manager's plans now. Leeds United have spoke to Douglas Luiz's entourage, according to reports. And let's see how this one goes. But that really, really does excite me. Not a lot of teams want him. Leeds United, go for him. But let's not wait around. If we want him, we want him. Let's get him in. Let's hope we can do it. But next up, we're talking Rodrigo Muniz, who, this has been a constant thing throughout the transfer window that Leeds United want him. They did put in a bid. That's been official. Fulham did reject it, and Fulham said, no, he's part of Marco Silva's plans. But Fulham keep getting linked with different strikers. So now it's coming up as Leeds United are set to launch a new bid for Rodrigo Muniz. Apparently, a few days ago, that was the latest thing that Leeds have put a bid out. Wasn't true, but now we're getting reports from TNT Sport that Leeds United are ready to put in a new bid after the last bid of 26 million was rejected. Fulham not wanting to sell him, but keep being linked with strikers. Leeds rumours are just not going away. Newcastle also like the look of the 24-year-old Brazilian as well. We'll have to see how that one goes. Obviously, Isak could be leaving Newcastle and all that shenanigans. But either way, I believe Rodrigo Muniz just suits Leeds United. I think this would be a perfect signing as well. I've been umming and ahhing if I do want to see Rodrigo Muniz at Leeds United. I know Fulham don't want to sell him, but Leeds United are persisting with this transfer. They want to put a new bid in. I mean, we've already bid 26 million for him. It looks like it could go up to around the 30 million mark. Is he proven? He's scored goals in the Premier League. He hasn't had the massive run of form that probably he expected in a Fulham shirt. He's a very good player. When I've watched him, again, if you haven't seen him, check out his highlights. He's a big, strong, fast striker that would fit the mould of Leeds United. When we run down them wings, Dan James or whoever is going to be on the left-hand side, probably not Man or Solomon, whip the balls in the box. He's your target man. That's someone we need because Joel Perot is a target man, but he doesn't hit the same as an out-and-out striker like Muniz. And I think he would fit the Daniel Farke system. I really, really do. And if you get in Muniz and Douglas Luiz, I mean, we're absolutely laughing. I think it will be brilliant, and it will be very, very good for Leeds United. So we're set to launch a new bid, which could be good. Next up, we're talking Habib Diarra, and Fabrizio Romano spoke about Habib Diarra and saying that Leeds United admire him. They really like him, but it's very, very complicated. And it's one of these transfer targets that are going to keep going on until the window shuts. That Leeds United like him, might put a bid in or have already put a bid in, obviously, and it got rejected. and we'll just have to see how this one keeps going. I think, Fabrizio Romano knows and Leeds know that they are big fans of him, but I just don't know. I mean, there's many other clubs that like him and also that are willing to pay more than Leeds United. So we'll have to see how this one goes. But personally, I prefer Douglas Luiz than Diarra, even though Diarra is brilliant. Either way, I think that Douglas Luiz is more prem proven. He's done it before. Yes, he has a bit worse off injury record, but I'd like to see Douglas Luiz come in ahead of Habib Diarra. I'm just waiting for all these to be debunked anyway by Graham Smith. But either way, Fabrizio Romano saying it's a complicated move. I think it's going to be one of them that just goes on until the end of the summer. Next up, I just want to touch on something that came out yesterday or maybe even a couple of days ago now. Junior Firpo put a post on social media, him in a Mark Rocker shirt, and put a little green heart emoji with a timer and a football emoji, basically saying come July 1st, he will be a Real Betis player. It's already pretty much confirmed. I know people were like, oh, good luck to him and stuff, but that kind of left a little bit of a sour taste in my mouth. Just give it a few days and say goodbye to Leeds and then do it. I don't know why. Maybe I'm just a bit touchy, but either way, it got over the. I mean, fair play to Firpo. He's left on a high. I'm kind of glad that he didn't come into the Premier League and possibly would have got exposed like he did in the last Premier League campaign. But he's left on a high. He was absolutely brilliant last year. But I don't know. I saw the Instagram post and it wasn't very subtle from Firpo. It did annoy me a little bit. I was going to tweet something out, but then I thought it's not that deep, Ollie. It really isn't that deep. And last but not least, we're talking about pre-season, and Leeds United are going to Germany for pre-season. And for the second year in a row, Leeds United have advised fans not to travel, which is just disappointing. It really, really is disappointing. And then that sort of gap between fans and the actual club is just becoming a bit more separate when you do things like that. They said it last year. They've done it again in Germany. It's going to be played behind closed doors sort of thing. And then also for the AC Milan game in Dublin, apparently it's going to be the reserves out there. It's just a bit disappointing to see your club do that when it's pre-season. Let the fans be excited. Let the fans see the players. And they're saying no. They're basically advising fans not to travel. And I want to know what you guys think about that in the comments down below, because is it that deep or am I just reading into that? I know a lot of fans on social media aren't happy about that. But either way, we'll have to see what happens. I think fans will still travel. But I'm excited for the new season. I really am, and especially with the transfer rumours and the links, it does get me excited. But Leeds United have still got a lot of work to do. I saw a tweet today that one of our last games in the championship, well, Jesse Marsh set up with a team of Jack Harrison, Aronson, James, and Bamford. And that was his front four. And of course, we got relegated that season. I know it won't be the same as that, but it does look kind of similar still with the Bamford, the Aronson, the James, and things like that. It's a bit worrying that hasn't improved loads, and we need to get some more faces in. Do you know what I mean? We will get some more faces in. Daniel Farke knows what he's doing. So do the 49ers. But basically, the news today, Douglas Luiz, talks are ongoing with his entourage. Second bid in for Muniz. Habib Diarra transfer is complicated. Firpo post, what are your thoughts? And also fans not going to the preseason in Germany. Let me know all your thoughts in the comments down below. I've been Ollie Ward. You guys have been excellent. Be sure to smash that like button. Subscribe if you're new. And I'll catch you in the next video. Cheery. Oh.